Come on.
Hi, sis. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, welcome. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I'm not gonna lie. I had like half a glass of wine already,
Mm,
but
despicable.
but no, I'm feeling good. I don't feel, woozy or anything. I'm fine.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I'm sipping on some Fanta. Cheers.
Cheers. I have mango Stella Rosa.
Hello. Again, my name is Chanel, and I am the host of the live tonight. And tonight we have.
Tia Nicole, your co-host.
I know that's right.
I know
Let me
that's
take a sip. Whew. It's been a long day. Is it necessary to set goals once the new year starts? Why or why not?
I say yes.
Okay.
Um, Only because I feel like life just isn't something you can wing. So yeah, you could probably make mental notes. Okay, I want to do this or do that, but like to be intentional, I feel like it's more effective if you create the goals. Also, if you're not trying to be complacent, then creating goals is a way to move forward, evolve. Like we all have room to grow. No one's perfect, so we shouldn't settle in being comfortable or being complacent in life. So setting goals is a way to get there. So yeah, final answer is yes.
I definitely agree, sis. I would say when you have a set goal, you know what your intentions are. It's more purposeful. You have something to look forward to versus winging it.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely would say it helps you navigate through your year a little bit easier. And it's just I feel like when you write things down too, like I said, you're more intentional.
Right.
You're more, you know what's going on, right? You have a purpose behind it, and you also give yourself deadlines to get these things done. So I definitely agree that setting goals, it doesn't have to be so much of short term, long term, but something you know for a fact you want to accomplish for that year. I definitely agree.
I think that's
All right, so
like words for this year, like intentional, like just being.
intentional. I like that, sis. And that's something that I do too. Remember, I tell you, I pick a word
Uh-huh.
at the start of the year. I do. I pick a word at the start of the year and apply it through my whole year. This year, I don't remember what word did I pick. I don't remember the word that I picked. I guess it's just for me. But I always pick a word at the start of the year, and then that word kind of be my focus throughout the rest of the year. And I love that. I feel like that's something for me. It just reminds me. I think I know what my word is. I think I do. Okay. So speaking of accountability, what habits or routines do you currently feel that you might need to like stop, something you might need to change, something you might need to start? What would you say is a routine for you?
Mm, where do I start? I'll start with what I need to stop. I need to stop being tardy, being late, especially to places. I know we have this in common. This is every time, especially when it's things that are of importance. I feel like I need to be more intentional with
Mm-hmm.
my time and making sure I can get there on time because I don't know what happens between me getting ready to me leaving out the door, but something happens in between that time and time escapes me. So just being more intentional with my time, stop being tardy. What's another one? I would say also stop neglecting myself in a sense. And I'll expand on that. So what I mean is, for instance, we're both mothers. We easily get consumed in that role,
Yeah.
and sometimes forget to pour into yourself because you're so consumed into pouring into your
Other
child as well as the other titles that you may hold. So just making sure that I'm pouring into myself. That could be physical, me like making sure I'm keeping up with like my nails or my hair or whatever, or take myself on solo dates or just doing things that make me happy. Like I love to read. Do I get to read as often as I would like? No, but like being more intentional and trying to do things, you know, feed the things that I feed myself the things that I enjoy
right.
that I've deprived myself of in the past. So that's that. As far as what I would like to start, I would like to start working out more, start a gym membership.
Hello.
Hello. What's your
Hello.
question? We need it, huh?
Hello.
Yeah, so working out more. And then of course, like I said, like just taking myself on more solo dates. That's something I'm heavy on like the solo dates. I feel like that would just really bring me peace. Also get me out of my comfort zone because I don't like to among people. So that'll like force me to have to like go out and be in uncomfortable settings, and just challenge me. So that's and then what was the other one? What would I like to change? I
Yeah,
would like
one was what you want to start, what you want to stop, and what you want to change.
yeah, girl, I did that all out of order. So I did stop and start. So what I would like to change would be my morning routine because I get up and I'm not, what's the word? Intentional all the time. And I do the same thing every morning, but clearly it's not as effective in order for me to get out the house and actually make it to places on time. You see how all my problems they all come full circle. So they're all very heavily connected. So just creating a better morning routine, adding in more like good spiritual habits such as reading my Bible, praying. Like I'm not really intentional when it comes to giving God His time when I wake up as well. So I want to do that, and then I want to change my eating habits because I want to consume less fast food and sweets because I have a sweet tooth and that's a problem. And yeah, those are mine.
I feel like those are great options, sis. I definitely feel you on being somewhere late. Definitely have to work on that. And again, it's
Mhm.
not something you're purposely doing, but it is habitual, so it does take a hard time to break out of a bad
Mhm.
habit. So I will say, so stop. For me, again, what I want to stop is procrastinating at times and delaying things. Like if I know I have something due today, I need to get it done today. I shouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, I got tomorrow and got tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised. So it's like you can be thinking you got time tomorrow, and tomorrow something else going to come up, and tomorrow something else going to come up, and it's going to keep coming up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So for you, you have to decide like, okay, if I have time to do something, prioritize it and get it done now. So that's something I need to stop doing, just procrastinating and thinking I have more time than I really do. And I always say too, like 24 hours is not enough hours in a day. So imagine you already using like maybe 8 hours to 10 hours of your time, with work or preoccupied, and you have to be, a spouse, a mom, whatever the case is. And it's like you still got to have time for yourself as well. So you procrastinating and pushing stuff off to the next day, it's just gonna roll over from the day before and roll over to the next day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I just need to get to it and stop procrastinating. Habits that I want to change, I would say, for me, habitual spending. Boy, do I like to spend.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
what you say, start looking. But no, habitual spending is something that I would like to change, like spend and be more intentional. Like, do I
Mhm.
really need this? Second guess something. Sometimes I'll purchase something and I purchase, like, go to a store, buy a good amount of stuff, and then I'm like, I get home and I'm like, did I really need this? But I'm like, oh, it was on sale.
Uh,
Like, I buy stuff because, oh, it was on sale. Like, did I really need it? No, but it's just the sale sounded too good to leave it, and that should not be the case. That's why most time when you go to the store, grocery store, wherever you go, you always go with a list because that's more intentional. But
yeah.
when you go in there and
Oh,
just
another
say,
thing says, hold on, leave your card at home and just bring enough cash for what you really need. Oh,
right,
but
right,
then they Apple Pay. Lock your card. I don't know.
right. Not at Walmart, baby. They don't do Apple Pay, so you have no
Yeah,
option. You have to
Walmart you could get away with that,
right.
but they don't even have Apple Pay.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, like when you go to the store, you find something they may be having a sale, buy two get one free, and it's like here you go buying stuff you did not go to buy, and the next thing you know, you walk in $200-300, and I'm like, what did I spend? What did I get? I'm puzzled, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't go argue with the banks because I spent it.
Mm-hmm.
So habitual spending is something I definitely would like to change. Just be more intentional with my purchases, and like just double taking, like checking, like do I really is it a need or is it a want? Because it's a difference. If you need something, you
Mm-hmm.
really need it. A want, you could go back and get it next time. It's not needed. And something I want to start doing more of is one, getting more into my Bible for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like reading the Bible every day, the Bible verses is cool, but like actually taking time to maybe like study a portion of the
Yeah.
Bible and see how it relates to my life, right? And like being able to apply certain things. Now, listen, we all mess up, we all have our flaws. Nobody's 100% right now, but the fact that you're able to grow and learn and teach yourself, that's another way to be intentional. And then something else I want to start doing too is taking more of a risk. Like I feel like I take risk already, but bigger risk. Like instead of contemplating some things, sometimes you just gotta just jump in the deep end and figure it out. You do not
Yeah.
everything, but some things you do. So I feel like for me, I definitely want to start taking more bigger risks and stop playing things so safe sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And because sometimes when you do that, you overthink, you process, and you delay your own blessings. You're like, oh, I'll get this done. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that, but the whole time your intention is to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you just go out there and just do what you got to do. You never know what will work and what won't work. So those are the start, stop, and change from me. Those are
Yeah.
some good
Those are really good ones. I also want to add on to that last one that you
yeah.
said about stop playing things safe. I feel like too we want things to be aligned before we can jump into something. Things aren't always going to be aligned. It's not always going to be set up perfectly for you. You just got to start and figure it out along the way, and the pieces will come together. So that's a good one for sure.
I agree. And oh, another one too says stop putting time limits on stuff. Because
Mm,
when you put, I feel like sometimes when you put a time limit on something like, oh, I want to accomplish, yes, you could do for your goals. But if you put a time limit on like, I don't know, maybe like marriage or maybe like kids or maybe like a job,
mm,
it's like you're setting yourself up to fail in a sense because what if it doesn't work on your time? What if it doesn't, what if it
and
falls through? What if you're meant to take, right, if you're meant to
yeah.
take a different route and it's like you done, at this point, it's like you're beating yourself up because what you wanted didn't happen on your time. It happened on God's time. So that's something else you also have to be mindful of as well. Speaking mindset, okay, how can you measure your progress and stay motivated throughout the year? Like, what are ways to do that?
A couple. The biggest one is what you're probably seeing all over your feed, which are vision boards. I feel like they're the perfect way to check your progress. I say put it somewhere where you can see it every morning that you wake up. And you have no choice but to be inspired, but to stay motivated because you're seeing it every single day. Another thing you can do is just write out your goals or whatever. And that's what I used to do in the past. This year, I'm going to do my first vision board this week. So I'm excited about that because I am a visual learner. So I feel like because I'm a visual learner, just writing stuff out, it doesn't always work because I forget to revisit the list. But if you aren't so visual, you don't have to visually see it. Writing a list of your goals, but making sure you go back and check those goals. Like maybe do quarterly checks. So every 3 months, check to see your progress. Like, okay, what have I accomplished? What more do I still need to accomplish? How far am I from reaching those goals? It's the same with the vision board. Like, even though you may wake up and see it every morning, like actually take time throughout the year, like multiple times throughout the year to actually pause, study the board, and track your progress that way. So I feel like that's the easiest way, honestly. Those are the easiest ways to measure your progress.
Okay, so I agree. There's a few that I have on my list. First of all, yes, a vision board. I'm gonna go one at a time. Vision board for a fact. I made my first one this year as well. It's just something about, again, like you said, some people are. Everybody learns differently. Some people are visual learners, some people are not. For me, I have to
Uh-huh.
physically see something, not everything, not every case, but I have to see something to believe it. But it's like when you write out your goals, you're manifesting as well. You're telling yourself like, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I'm hoping to do, and here's how I'm gonna do it. You're basically like giving yourself a roadmap on how you should do things, how you should handle things, how you should process things. So I feel like when you can see it, it's like they have us.
It's okay. When you can see it, it looks more achievable. I'm gonna put it in my list.
Right when you can see it. So it's like you can see it, feel it. What is it? What's the saying? It's see it, touch it, achieve it. So every time you write something down, right, you're telling yourself it's gonna happen. You're seeing it happen, and now you're gonna put that into action to achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
So that for me, I feel like is a vision board. You like you say, it's a reminder to like, hey, it's keeping you accountable for what you need to get done in a timely manner. I also have on my list journaling as well. When you write in your journal, not only do I do vision board, but I also write in my journal because I feel like when you write things more than one time, it's hard to really miss it. You're reminding yourself every day, okay, here's a vision board. If it's not reminding that, you open your journal, oh, I still have not accomplished this. When am I going to get it done?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to do this month, that month? Oh, I still have this. It's almost like a checklist or a to-do list, a freaking reminder of what you need to get done. So when you journal too, you're also taking the time to write out your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
processing your feelings at that moment. So you're feeling, motivated, unmotivated. It's like a reminder. And you're able to kind of see your progress when you go back as well. So I feel like when you journal, that kind of keep you accountable as well. Creating personal notes, that's either in your phone, a nice reminder. Or sometimes like I look for apps that have those little reminders that'll pop up and tell you like, hey, you got to drink water, or hey, you got to get this chore done, or hey, you got this bill due. So things that kind of help you to stay on track as well, I feel like help you meet your goals. When something's constantly reminding you, even if you dismiss it, there's an alarm that's going to remind you. So
Right.
you can't miss what you're supposed to do. And also focusing on a calendar. A calendar provide dates for a reason. So therefore, it's like, okay, you're being mindful. You're like, ooh, all right, there's 12 months in a year. You might have to say, okay, I'm gonna get this done in this month. I'm gonna get this done by the weekend. You're seeing dates. So as you're looking at dates, you write your things down. You write your notes, whatever you have planned, appointments, jobs, whatever you got going on that you're writing on that calendar. It's a constant reminder for you as well. So I feel like for me, I see those things.
To get into like, I like the big calendar. I think you have one. The big calendar is like a
Yep.
whiteboard calendar,
Yep. I do the
and you
big calendar.
numbers
Um,
or you write in the
yeah.
number. Yeah, I
So they have the square ones where you can write things in the actual boxes. You also have the note section. Oh, this is check it. You have the note section as well where you can write down, what you want to accomplish. And again, it just keeps you more accountable. You're going day to day versus a vision board where it's like, okay, I wrote my vision out and it's as needed. Now with the calendar, it's day by day. You're taking it one day at a time. So
yeah.
those are the options for sure, and it just helps you to accomplish those goals in a timely manner.
Over here sipping. As you talk, I sip.
We're gonna go ahead and hop into the this or that portion. Very simple, very fun, very cutesy,
Okay.
very to the
Feel
point.
free, y'all feel free to write in the comments your responses as well. It's not
Right.
just me
Interact
and
with
y'all
us.
can interact in the
And
comments.
we do enjoy talking. We ain't gonna say y'all names,
Right.
but y'all can pop in and watch. We
You
cool.
might just
Real cool over here, okay?
yeah.
All right, first this or that. Vision board or a detailed action plan. They're both very detailed. A vision board or a detailed action plan. So I guess for vision board, it'll be a vision board. And for detailed plan would almost be like a calendar or like a journal, something where you're physically
Yeah,
writing it
maybe
out, maybe marker.
words, not so much.
Right.
Okay.
So instead of vision,
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna say vision board because I am a visual learner. I did
mm,
the whole detailed plan, and I be forgetting to go back to it. That's just me, and it'd be so wordy that it's like, yeah, I like to read, but sometimes I just don't to filter through all them words. Yeah, visual me, please.
definitely agree. Vision board for me as well. Start a new habit or break a bad one.
Mm. I would want to break a bad one because I just feel like the more bad habits you break, I don't know, it just makes sense to then, you can then go into a new habit healthily, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like before I be creating new habits,
Right,
let
you
me
want to
break
break a bad one. So I don't know. I
let
would
me
say
break
create a new habit. It's either or. I mean, bad habits are already hard to break. So if I could start a new habit, I might replace that bad one intentionally. You know what I'm saying? So if I start doing something that's more positive, a new habit,
it
I might,
will replace
right, it'll replace the bad one versus me trying to go break a bad habit. It might take me a little bit longer. So I might do it like
okay.
reverse.
I feel like unintentionally break
Right,
a habit by doing a new habit. So
right.
basically you're doing both. Heard
Uh-huh.
thought process.
Annual goals or monthly goals?
Oh my gosh, you should be doing both.
You could do both, but in this case, it's this or that, babes.
Oh my God. Um, for me, I typically just do annual. Most times, vision boards and stuff are annual. So I would say annual, but I like to break that down into monthly. But she making me choose, so I'm gonna say annual. But I want to then break that down into monthly. In my real life, that's what I would want to
Wasn't supposed to
do.
hurt. But okay, let me see. Annual goals and monthly goals. I feel like annual goals, same thing with the vision board. When you have that, it's you give yourself 12 months to accomplish it, or whatever the case is. Just kind of because in that time you're creating short term and you're creating long term goals. So it's kind of like whatever you're able to accomplish quickly, or something might take a little bit longer. So I feel like giving yourself annual goals may help you reach the goals quicker. You can give yourself short term goals, which is monthly, but I mean, every month you're going to write a new goal. I don't feel like that's realistic. So maybe if you write it for the whole year, you can use the month to achieve it.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
right for the year, you do break it down. Like maybe you'll give yourself like, okay, by this month, hopefully I can achieve this goal. Now you don't get upset if you don't, but like that's your goal. Like by this month you wanna, or when a month comes up, it's like, okay, if it's a short term, easily attainable goal, like something simple, there's nothing wrong with putting that as like a monthly goal. I
I
guess
agree.
it really depends. Oh, really? you know well, you know what's easily achievable versus
What's
what may take a little longer.
not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. All right, working on one major goal or focusing on multiple smaller goals.
Multiple smaller goals.
Mm.
I got
Why?
to it. If I just give myself this one big goal, I still need steps to get there.
True.
So it's gonna get broken down either way. How am I gonna get there? So
Right.
yeah.
I agree, sis. I would say tackling smaller goals, which I guess in this case, small goals would maybe interpret to short term because
Yeah.
they're quicker to achieve.
Hmm.
I feel like you can get those done versus something that you might have to wait, maybe 3 to 6 months from now to accomplish, something that might take multiple steps to accomplish. So I would say short term goals are a little bit easier to reach, and it would just make more sense. Your mind is more, like you said, it's more. I don't know. Like I work better when I have a whole lot more going on, if that makes sense, versus me trying to focus on one thing, like one mundane task at a time. I
Hmm.
can't function like that. I need, even though like when you can become busy, you can become overwhelmed. I need a million things to be thinking about at the same time, and I got to be like, oh, I forgot to do this. Yeah, I know I said that, but I need to. I don't know. That keeps me going though. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
forgot to do this. Oh, I had to make this call. Oh, I got to do this. Versus me saying like, all right, well today just got work. Like I don't know. I have to
Hmm.
have multiple tasks going on because I feel like it's easier for me to accomplish because I'm maybe one task may lead into the next, or
Yeah. And
something along.
also it's kind of like being able to checklist multiple things off versus you waiting until you finally get that one big thing off. I don't know, like it's more rewarding when you're able to checklist off multiple things versus that one thing that may take, like you say, 3 6 months, heck, a year, 2 years, however long, just to accomplish that one thing. So yeah, I like the smaller goals that I can just like boom, checklist off and just
Checklist. You feel more
yeah, just feel
accomplished
like
getting
I've
them done.
accomplished a lot more.
Yep.
Yeah.
hmm I
Hmm.
agree. All right, y'all. So that kind of concludes tonight. Wasn't gonna hold y'all too long. If you
Good.
haven't made goals yet, it's not too late to do so. February really the real January for real.
Hello.
So February, January for real. So really, you do have time to create your goals. It's never too late. You can even create
Never
like 6 month goals. You create half of your goals and keep it going.
quarterly.
Um, right. You can do monthly, you can do annually, whatever works for you. It's never too late to do so. I feel like creating goals, like we said, is just to kind of help you to be more intentional because sometimes you think about things and you don't write it down, you do forget. So if you are looking at something visually, if you are seeing something, you have a constant reminder for yourself, you're going to meet those goals quicker, you're going to achieve those goals faster, and you can create new ones before the year end. Who knows?
Yeah, and you
So,
your goals too. Like the
uh-huh.
goals are not set in stone. You can
And that,
feel free
right?
to add, you don't have to feel like, all right, well, this is it. This is what I created. So maybe, something else you think of, oh, I guess I'll have to wait till next year. No, add that on to
Right.
this year. So
Right, you can get a lot
yeah,
more done before you don't have to wait till every new year start to have a new
right.
goal.
To add
You
more
can
goals.
even right, you can build on to it. Like for example, AKA the gym. That is not necessarily a yearly thing. That's like okay, you can start whenever you want throughout the year. It's just people do wait till the new year start, and then like to say, half of them do fall off at the end. So
Hmm.
I feel like you got to just make those goals personal to yourself and be intentional with what you're doing. I will say so. That's it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
You
If you
guys,
haven't already, don't forget to head on over to Live and Unfiltered. The clips will be over there. The full video will be on YouTube, and we'll also be sharing on personal pages. And also, if you guys feel free, come on over there, comment, talk to us. We
yeah,
like to talk back. And then on next Tuesday, we'll be on Kia's page. I think I covered everything.
yep.
A new year, so
Mm-hmm.
therefore, make your goals and yeah, execute them. We'll see y'all next week.
You
Bye.
guys, good night.